One last person that I want to ask about, then we'll move to the next segment.
Yeah.
And this is a fan favorite, of course. MS Dhoni.
Oh, I mean, MS Dhoni's advice has changed my life.
Acha?
Yes.
क्या बोला उन्होंने?
And I remember this was 2020 IPL. पहला दिन था कोविड में. Mumbai Indians versus Chennai Super Kings at Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Zayed Stadium. And दबाव बहुत था हम पे क्योंकि कोविड में IPL कर रहे हैं, कैसे SOPs है. It was madness. We didn't know. It still remains one of the most valuable days of my professional life.
Yeah.
तो प्रोसेसेस खराब थे. और क्या हुआ, प्रोसेसेस खराब नहीं, सॉरी, हमारा इम्प्लीमेंटेशन अभी हम सीख रहे थे. अबू धाबी में ऐसा था जहाँ पे हमारा जो ऑफिस था हम इवेंट्स वालों का was just behind the side screen. And a couple of times I walked out without noticing bowling was at this side. So then later MS came to me, अरे यार क्या कर रहा है? Like after the match, पता है ना side screen, like side screen, remember, is the most important thing in cricket. I said, MS, I know, I mean, I live and breathe cricket, I'm so sorry. पर आज ना, मतलब, like my thing was to say that कि हालत टाइट है आज. समझ नहीं आ रहा है आज, टेंशन में, and you know ये सब. So he told me, listen, always remember, you have the extra second to think.
Okay.
He said, why do accidents happen? Accidents happen when people don't think. आप हर बार लाइफ में याद रखो कि आपके पास वो एक एक्स्ट्रा सेकंड है. अगर आप वो एक एक्स्ट्रा सेकंड थोड़ा क्लैरिटी के साथ सोचोगे ना, तो आप गलती नहीं करोगे. After that, I've never walked across the side screen. In that whole season. But I have tried to implement that in my life. If say I'm panicking sometimes, you know, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, no, wait, think. I hear it in his voice. And after that, because in COVID, there were very few events, we would arrange presentation, ceremony, chairs and all, you know, and we would arrange the whole awards. He would be sitting, he'd be watching us. He'd also have a small chat. You know, those things made us very comfortable around him. And I remember once there was a fan who came, there was a little girl. She was shouting from a stand on top. It was still COVID. And she was like, Mahi, Mahi, Mahi. And he was just waving to her. And there was just that one girl and one little girl and her parents. And my colleague goes and gives him a ball and gives him a pen. MS just smiles. He knows what to do. Signs it and throws it to her dad. It's for you, karke. So then after that, he was telling me, MS, and I will remember this, like, you know, the amount of love we get.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We should also try to give that love back. He said that to me.
Is he also very soft-spoken as he seems?
Yes, he is. I mean, I still hear that in his word. Like, even when that thing happened with the side screen, आके मुझे बड़े आराम से और प्यार से बोला. तो, you know, I got my point. And you know, sometimes if say you're pulled up for a mistake, you're scared. I was not scared. I was like, this man is giving me some advice for my benefit and not just for my professional benefit. And I really admired that. So then again, another thing. Now then I joined Gujarat Titans. I didn't come across MS for 3 years.
Achha.
This year at Dharamshala. 2024.
Yeah.
I'm at the airport and I was there with the security. We were allowed to go inside to receive the team because I was also seeing if, you know, we could shoot some arrivals or something. So I had got the videographer and everything. But he was outside the airport. So he had told me, आप अंदर जब security के साथ होंगे, टीम जब बाहर आ रही है, आप मुझे फोन करना. अच्छा. Now टीम आई तो सबसे पहले Ravindra Jadeja came and spoke to me because I had time with him and Gujarat Lions. And we are catching up because it's been a while. We are talking and all. So MS, obviously there was security around him. He went to the washroom and then he was coming out. And then Jaddu is like, चल निशाद मैं ground पे मिलता हूँ. अब मैं जा रहा हूँ. Like, you know, the bus is also waiting. हाँ ठीक है. And then MS is walking. He looks and then he looks again because he's seen me after years. Yeah. And he's like, अरे क्या हाल है? Oh. And I was like, I've just had fleeting conversations with him. It's been 3 years since I last saw him. And he remembers. Yeah. And I thought, you know what, this is some man, like, you know what Sachin did, like MS, all of them are just different. Like, and then, you know, he asked me, like, and it was still at a distance. I was like, you know, I was very humbled by that and touched. You know, it was more like, I was like, you know, this is the kind of humility we all should have, whatever we achieve in life. And that I was so touched by that. I was like, it's a small thing, but I was touched. I was like, thank you, aap kaise ho? He's like, I'm also good. And then he walked away. Then at the ground, also when we were going, he exchanged a few smiles. I really loved that. You know, that is, those are those little things. It's always the small things that count.
Why do you think कि वो perhaps Indian cricket की history की सबसे successful captain बने? Any reason that you think जो कि field पे नहीं दिखता तुमको?
वो कुछ अलग है, इसीलिए मतलब यही जो बात प्लेयर्स को मैनेज करना, उनको उनके ग्रोथ के बारे में बात करना, अपना काम और धैर्य रखना इन द मोस्ट टफेस्ट ऑफ सिचुएशंस, दैट इज व्हाई आई थिंक ही सक्सीडेड. एंड बिकॉज दैट माइंडसेट वाज डिफरेंट एंड इट ऑल कम्स फ्रॉम वेयर ही केम फ्रॉम. एक टाइम पे लोग कहते थे रांची से कौन क्रिकेटर बनेगा. Forget about becoming a wicket-keeper batter, world beater who goes on to captain the country. Cricketer कौन बनेगा इंडिया के लिए? तभी वहां से from all these small cities, people used to go to the big cities to play cricket. ये आदमी रांची में खेल रहा था. ये आदमी टिकट चेकर था. वो दिन देखे. And from there, you're missing under 19 selection, missing a Dilip Trophy match, all those hurdles, ultimately quitting his railways job and then coming into India A se India. You have seen the kind of stuff that he's gone to. I know people will say that he's lucky. Sometimes they say luck factor hota hai, no doubt. But considering the hardship that he went through in those years, I will say he deserves every bit of that luck. If he is lucky, that is.
मैं पता है एक स्टोरी शेयर करता हूँ. ये 2015 की बात है.
हाँ.
मैं तब अंडर 19 के लिए ट्रायल्स वगैरह, एक लीग होती है, पहले डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल की लीग होती है, तो फिर आप स्टेट के लिए खेलते हैं.
हाँ.
तो हम लोग स्टेट की टीम सिलेक्शन से पहले आपको लीग मैचेस खेलने पड़ते हैं, उसके बाद आप स्टेट टीम में आते हो. तो उस टाइम पे लोग रांची खेलने के लिए गए थे टीम के साथ. आई मस्ट हैव बीन 15-16, तो मैं थोड़ा छोटा था अंडर 19 के लिए. एंड वहां पे हम लोग फर्स्टली जब पहुंचे, हर बच्चा वहां पे सिर्फ धोनी का फैन और कोई भी नहीं है. सेकेंडली धोनी ने एक बहुत ही फेमस चीज बोली थी एक टाइम पे कि इंडिया में फील्डिंग कल्चर इतना क्यों नहीं है, बिकॉज मुझ जैसे लड़के जो कि ऐसे रिमोट एरिया से आते हैं, वहां पे अगर आप जाके देखोगे ना तो ग्राउंड पे घास ही नहीं है डाइव करने के लिए. ये चीज मैंने फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस करी. पता है वहां पे हम लोग जब मैचेस खेलने गए थे ना, रेत होती थी और रेत के ऊपर मैट बिछी होती थी. एंड बच्चों ने उस टाइम पे डाइव करना शुरू करा था, क्योंकि अब उन्होंने देखना शुरू कर दिया था धोनी, विराट कोहली, रोहित सब डाइव करते हैं, जडेजा. एंड आई पर्सनली रियलाइज कि कोई भी बच्चा यहाँ पे जब रोज ट्रेनिंग करता है कोचिंग की, वो क्यों डाइव करेगा? कोच भी उनको मना करेगा बिकॉज जेन्युइन इंजरी हो सकती है.
एग्जैक्टली.
वहां से उन्होंने ऐसे कल्चर शिफ्ट लेके आए हैं कि उस कल्चर शिफ्ट की वजह से परहैप्स अब शायद रांची में ऐसे ग्राउंड्स होंगे भी, आई होप, कि वो लोग ग्राउंड लेवल तक वो चेंज लेके आ रहे हैं अपनी बातों से. So that's the greatness of that guy.
I think even for captaincy, at the end of the day, I think it's about communication. आप कैसे convey करो उस चीज को, क्योंकि
it's a very interesting thing you say. You can continue. I will just tell you. One person who told me that is Stephen Fleming, and now you know why Stephen Fleming and MS are such a good team.
अच्छा.
Yeah, I was just saying कि मतलब क्योंकि क्रिकेटिंग माइंड्स तो और भी बहुत बड़े बड़े रहे हैं. Even Sachin Tendulkar is such a great cricketing mind, but unfortunately he was not that great of a captain. MS Dhoni achieved another level of success with captaincy. I think वही वाला कम्युनिकेट, आप एक सिंपल चीज को भी कैसे कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हो. जैसा आई डोंट रिमेम्बर किस क्रिकेटर ने ये चीज बोली थी अभी रिसेंटली किसी पॉडकास्ट में. ही सेड कि MS धोनी का काम था बैक करना बस प्लेयर को. ही विल से कि तो तेरा जो प्लान है तो वो कर, और वो काम नहीं करेगा तो मैं बताऊंगा क्या करना है. तो जस्ट टू गिव दैट फ्रीडम कि आप अपना जो भी आप अपना यूनिक चीज दिखा सकते हो दिखाओ, फिर नहीं होती तो मैं हूँ ख्याल रखने के लिए. I think वही चाहिए होती है बस प्लेयर को.
See that way actually Sachin, lot of players who played under him also praise him. क्योंकि वो रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिले, शायद वो टीम उनकी सही नहीं थी, कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं बैठ रहा था. मगर आप लक्ष्मण की बुक पढ़ो. लक्ष्मण हैज रिटन दैट ही गॉट इंजर्ड एंड ही सेज दैट Sachin was captain, he came to console him and he said that is a conversation he'll always remember.
Crazy.
क्योंकि वो जो जिस तरीके से बैक कर रहा था. सौरव गांगुली also has I think written somewhere where he has spoken about how Sachin used to back his players.
अच्छा.
तो वो सब था मतलब but टाइम अलग था.
Situations were dark period also with the whole fixing thing. बहुत dark period था.
No, this was way before that.
I think second time भी जब दोबारा बने थे तब उसके अराउंड ही था ना.
सेकेंड टाइम बने थे तभी वी गॉट आउट ऑफ 99 वर्ल्ड कप एंड
2000 में तो फिर
2000 में या दैट केम जस्ट लेटर बट वो भी हो रहा था जहाँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया गए वेयर द टीम वाजंट वेरी स्ट्रांग सो यू नो देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स वेयर यू नो he couldn't have controlled a lot of things but Sachin की captaincy में there were a few wins. First Border Gavaskar trophy India won. India won Sahara Cup in Toronto. India won you know then India also won. There was you know the Titan Cup at home. So there were those successes also that happened. You know तो ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं हो रहा था but yeah Sachin is someone who set very high standards for himself. So I think उनको एक खुली छूट भी मिली उसके बाद जब वो responsibility नहीं थी. Lot of times I think if he had become captain later, he may have been more successful when he had a better team. I still believe that.
I think that is why people say ना कि आप compare नहीं कर सकते players को क्योंकि हर किसी की situation ही अलग होती है.
It's also with what you do. Like one of the greatest captains India has produced is Tiger Pataudi.
Yeah, true.
अभी वो टाइम पे इंडिया इतने जीते नहीं जितना बाद में जीते. But India won its first ever overseas test series against New Zealand. India also had a few successes at home. But वो ऐसे कप्तान थे जिन्होंने वो कल्चर बनाया था, प्लेयर्स को बैक किया था. And he's still known for that. Because तो results, yes, results is an indication, but you've also got to look beyond that. Tiger Pataudi will remain one of India's greatest captains because of the legacy. बिकॉज उन्होंने जो आइडेंटिटी बनाई थी, उन्होंने जैसे एक टीम बनाई थी तभी स्पिनर्स लाए थे एंड जो उन्होंने प्लेयर्स को भी एनकरेजमेंट दी थी. लाइक गुंदप्पा विश्वनाथ कहते हैं कि उनके पहले टेस्ट मैच में वो पहले इनिंग्स में डक पे आउट हुए थे. सेकेंड इनिंग्स में उन्होंने सेंचुरी मारी. हु इज द मैन हु मोटिवेटेड हिम? टाइगर पतौड़ी.
अच्छा.
देयर आर सो मेनी ऑफ दीज थिंग्स एंड हुएवर हैज प्लेड विद टाइगर पतौड़ी आज तक वो उनको प्रेस करते हैं.
I think way to sum it up, जैसे हमारे ग्रेट गौतम गंभीर कहते हैं कि the captain is only as good as the team. And अगर टीम अच्छी नहीं होगी then you can't exactly win all the trophies.
अब सोचो अगर एक क्लिप इतनी बढ़िया थी तो पूरा का पूरा पॉडकास्ट कितना बढ़िया होगा. तो अगर आपको इसी क्लिप का पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखना है तो यहाँ पे क्लिक करिए और अगर आपको ऐसे ही और क्लिप्स बिंज वॉच करनी है तो यहाँ पे क्लिक करिए.